See, that's like very muumitalo. But I really like this architecture.
Bougie?
Yeah, the bougie Helsinki vibe.
Bougie. Yeah, these are nice. This is the part that Papa owns.
There goes the e-scootteri.
We have like a garage thing for like kind of these fancy gates. You know, somewhere where we're not allowed.
Nice walk in Helsinki. Since we were just at the cafe, Ekberg, is that how you would pronounce it? How would you order coffee in Finnish? When you go up to the counter, what do you say?
I start with a good old moi.
Classic. Moi.
Something like, moi, mä voisin ottaa yhden tollasen ice latten. I could have said yeah latte, but I don't know. I had like a brain fart. I said iced latte.
I think I went up to the counter and she asked me what I wanted, and I was like, pieni hetki, because I wasn't sure yet what I was gonna have. So if you're unsure, you can say pieni hetki to stall for time. And then I just said, mä ottaisin yhden normaalikahvin.
I think you ordered the Boulevard.
Yeah, I think maybe the normal coffee was called like boulevardikahvi. So maybe I said something like, oh, mä otan yhden boulevardikahvin. And then, oisko muuta? Ei. And then I changed my mind later after I paid.
Yeah.
And then I was like, voiks mä ottaa yhden korvapuustin myös? Maybe I said like, sittenkin mä otan yhden korvapuustin myös.
I was gonna only get a beverage, but then I saw you bring in the cinnamon roll. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna get like, you know, food jealousy. So I was like, mä voisin ottaa tollasen iced latten, jäälatten ja sit yksi tollanen korvapuusti. Tulisiko muuta? Siinä kaikki. Ei kiitos, siinä kaikki.
So it's that simple to order at a cafe. Not many words needed.
Yeah.
And she didn't even ask me anything about the payment method. She just put the currency on the card reader and I just paid it without saying anything.
Yeah, because no one pays with cash here anymore.
Yeah.
So it automatically, they just kind of...
If you want to pay with cash, you'll have to probably ask them.
Yeah.
Voinko maksaa käteisellä? And some places will say joo, some places will be like ei valitettavasti or something like that.
Or they'll be like tasarahalla.
Tasarahalla. Vaan tasarahalla.
Did you catch a glimpse of the coffees before us?
What coffees before us?
The ones from the
You want to show them specifically? Hi Heidi. We're at Cafe Ekberg, which is supposedly the oldest cafe in Finland.
This is where the celebrities hang out, apparently.
Supposedly. Yeah. So far we haven't yet to see someone.
But to be fair, I don't know if we'd recognize anyone.
Any Finnish celebrities. But we have a Finnish coffee. So Finnish people, they like to order coffee. Just this kind of very regular, plain.
Peruspannukahvi. I don't know if that's pannukahvi actually.
But it just said boulevardikahvi. But it probably is just peruspannukahvi. What did you order?
The iced cafe latte.
And then we both got a korvapuusti. So this is a very traditional Finnish dessert.
Cinnamon bun.
What does korvapuusti mean?
I mean, it's a punishment, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know, but korva does mean ear. 1852, actually. But here we are.
I've been to a party with KatChats.
Do tell more. Heidi and I, we're sitting here in Helsinki. We were discussing food served at Finnish parties. So
Yeah.
we were just saying one of the basics must-have items is the leipäkakku. Voileipäkakku, excuse me. I haven't gone to many parties recently. So Heidi, how would you explain voileipäkakku? So it translates to like
Sandwich cake. Ew, I touched the poop again.
voileipä, like Heidi got pooped on. Voileipä, like butter, bread, cake.
Yeah,
Sandwich cake.
but I don't think it even has butter. It has like bread, mayo, or some kind of mayo mix, and then it has like the vegetables. Oh, there. It was like filming like your shoulder, I think.
What's over my shoulder?
No, it was like the camera was like yeah.
Steady hands.
What else? Oh yeah, and then like whatever ham, or there's also fish ones.
So it's literally like a cake made from sandwich bread
Yeah.
and like topped with just like really thick layers of mayo and like whatever
You should insert a picture.
condiments you
Yeah.
may find in a sandwich.
But it's funny because if you imagine like sandwiches, delicious, but the sandwich cake, disgusting.
Depends who you ask, but you know, it's not necessarily everyone's favorite item at a party. And then there's also the täytekakku, which is
The sweet one.
a cake.
How would you just
It's
like a cake?
cake. But just like a basic cake,
Yeah.
just with like whipped cream, but the whipped cream's not too sweet because the Finnish palate's, you know, quite bland, so it has to be like very mild
Yeah, 'cause
flavors.
It's like if you taste the cream itself, it doesn't really taste sweet. It just tastes like milk.
Yeah, 'cause
So it's a
just
bit
like
gross.
A milk. Now, Heidi, let's not be too controversial.
You said the Finnish palate is bland.
That is controversial.
But they'll have like strawberries and
Yeah,
stuff. That's
usually
good.
Strawberries are like jam
Yeah.
and like layered.
Yeah.
And then there is the Karjalan piirakka with the munavoi. So it's like the Karelian pastry with like the egg butter that you can put on the top. That's Heidi's favorite. Actually,
good.
I'm not joking.
Egg butter is like genius.
And
So
then,
good.
of course, like the regular coffee has to be served.
Musta pannukahvi.
Yeah, black pan coffee, musta pannu coffee, like Heidi said. And then
Tea baggies.
tea. And then you were just now saying something about lohikeitto.
Yeah,
Kalakeitto.
I've been to like a fish soup party.
A fish soup party.
Well, I mean, it was like a what's it called when you ripari? No,
Ripari.
maybe it was that. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, and then the party had like kalakeitto. And it had also the Karjalan piirakka with the munavoi, and I think it had like saaristolaisleipä is becoming more popular. It's really good.
Can you explain what that is?
I mean, it's like rye bread with. Ew. It's like rye bread, but like with these like spices, it makes it almost a little bit sweet.
Yeah, like very dark rye.
Yeah, so good, but it's so expensive.
So that's why it's a party food. If you saw on my Instagram, I had a very popular video about rug washing on my reels. But in theme, this is also a rug washing spot in Helsinki called Mattolaituri. So a rug dock. Now this one's not as fancy as the one in my Instagram, but you can see over there they have where you can hang the rugs up. I guess here is where you do the washing. Do you use the seawater?
Yes.
I suppose. There was a sign that you can only use like certain ecological soaps, And then over there is, if I zoom in, you can see it's the rug squeezer, I guess, where you like squeeze out the water so then it can dry over there. But yeah, around Finland you'll see these kinds of rug washing stations if you keep your eyes peeled. Right, Heidi?
Sure thing.
We are at the mattolaituri with Heidi. So someone asked me in the... Actually, no, I got an email about this. Like,
An email?
An email about this the other day, about what would a good souvenir be if they're visiting Helsinki and they're looking for a souvenir to bring back. What is something Finnish that could be like a souvenir? I suggested going to Prisma and getting a muumi-muki. A Moomin mug
good
from
idea.
Prisma.
And you're saying Prisma because it's cheaper.
Yes, if you
than
go
the
to like,
actual Arabia
if you go to
League.
Arabia, it'll
Yeah.
be more expensive.
Yeah.
The
Like-
Finnish Fazer chocolates.
Yeah, some like salmiakki,
Salmiakki, yeah.
some like Jenkki, urukumi, the gum.
Because xylitol was invented in Finland, actually.
Was it?
It was in Turku.
Nice. Some kind of like näkkäri.
Oh, näkkäri, which is like a crispy rye cracker
The
thing.
thing is, a lot of Finnish souvenirs revolve around like the sauna culture.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
have a sauna, it's
It's
kind of
pointless.
useless.
Yeah. So I don't like understand why they sell that.
Well, could you tell what they would be?
Like those sauna peoples or those like scents that you put there, or like the löyly things. I don't know. I guess you could put them as decor in your spa area in your house.
You could get terva shampoo,
Ew.
tar shampoo. I've never seen it
Why
anywhere
is
else.
it so popular?
Tar flavored things are very popular here. Like even in ice cream, I've seen tar ice cream.
Yeah.
Tar candy.
I've had to use like tar shampoo, like if there hasn't been anything else, and it's just like that smell lingers.
It does. It's really pungent. But you know, as an experience, you could always like get a soap and try it out. Heidi disagrees.
If you're rich, you could get Kalevala Kuru.
Kalevala is a Finnish jewelry brand.
I think it's pretty old as well. Like the company.
Yeah, that's true. You could buy like Finnish presidenttikahvi.
Is that the fancy one? I never know what Finnish coffee is. There's juhlamokka.
Juhlamokka maybe is the one you serve at party.
Oh, that's.
Because it's like the name party in it. Party mocha.
And then there's Kulta Katriina. And then there's
Golden
Presidente.
Katrina. And Presidente, which means president. Like, what are some Finnish brands? Marimekko. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
have money. It's pricey, but it's a Finnish brand that's pretty popular, actually. So you could shop at Marimekko and see if anything
Yeah.
tickles your fancy. Iittala glasses. They do like different glasses or
Yeah.
kitchenware.
Fiskars.
Fiskars is another Finnish brand.
Because if you want a fresh pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Or an axe or something like that.
Yeah. If you have a luggage that goes underneath the airplane, then that that could be an option. There goes a boat.
Nyt menee potskit, hei. I thought you were filming the boat.